Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wendy Terry, and I am the practice leader for our government contracting practice here at Witham. I'm very pleased today to have Michael Seip here with me to talk a little bit about CMMC and the changes that we've encountered recently. So, Mike, thanks for joining. Would
Hey,
you just tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
sure. Thanks, Wendy. It's great to be here. The I'm the wireless and mobile technologies and security lead for Witham Cyber for our cyber and information security group, and I also head up the CMMC compliance team here at Witham, and do a lot of information security advisory and penetration testing, security assessments, and the like. So CMMC is keeping us all busy these days.
That it is. So I just thought it would be a good start to just give us some background on, recently, well, not even just recently, but in the last few months, the change from CMMC 1.0 to 2.0 happened. And I thought maybe you could just give us a little bit of an overview of what was that change and how did it impact our contractors?
That's a good question. And yeah, the latter part of 2021, in fact, end of November, the Department of Defense took over the CMMC program proper, and they transitioned to what's called CMMC 2.0 is the tagline. And the big changes were driven mostly by small business concerns. But the main takeaways are that it went from what was prior 5 levels to 3 levels. And in addition to that, the requirement, which was the real driving force behind it, the requirement for a universal third-party independent assessment was dropped from levels 1, 2, and 3 across the board. And it was the small businesses now, level 1 will remain doing a self-attest or a self-certification, much like they do nowadays with the NIST certification.
So you talked a little bit about how the small businesses drove the decision to change from 1.0 to 2.0. Can you describe a little bit what it means in the 2.0 that it says that they have to have a current assessment? What exactly does that mean?
The the letter of the instructions, by saying the term current, simply implies that what's generally regarded as within the past 12 months or last fiscal year, that the organization has either security assessment, a penetration test, at a minimum, a vulnerability scan. There's no hard and fast definition of current as defined by the DoD presently. But to play it safe, and the way we are advising our clients is that to, at a minimum, have ideally a penetration test and a security assessment, but a vol scanning also would satisfy.
So you also mentioned that the levels changed and now level 1 is a self-assessment. So can you describe for me a little bit about what is a self-assessment, what evidence is provided in a self-assessment, and how can we help clients prepare
Sure,
for a self-assessment?
sure. As it stands now, and as it has previously been performed and required, small and medium businesses that meet the small size standard as defined on a contract to contract basis, do, in lieu of having an independent assessment of their cybersecurity and their security posture in general, they will self-attest. And what they attest to is that they are in compliance with NIST, and specifically the instructions NIST 800-171. Um, that will continue in CMMC 2.0. The level 1, new CMMC level 1 is federal contract information specific, but it continues the requirement that the contractor self certify. And so there's a checklist. The materials are available through the Department of Defense and through the Undersecretary of Defense. We also, Witham has for our clients and any curious parties, you can go to witham.com, follow the links to the CMMC, which I believe will attach to the end of this session, and it can steer you to the appropriate paperwork to self-certify. The main difference in what drove the change in CMMC 2.0 is that small businesses, excuse me, small businesses were perhaps justifiably concerned that there was going to be an undue burden placed upon them to go out and seek an independent assessor to do all the preparation and work that comes along with that. For companies, thousands of which in the defense industrial base are one or two people, effectively sole proprietorships. That's a difficult standard to meet. What we at Witham do and what we recommend is that any individual, any contractor who is subject to CMMC level 1, if nothing else, be thoroughly familiar with the new requirements. The information is available on the web, like I just said. But if you have more than 4 to 5 staff and more than one contract primary that you're working, it would be a smart move to talk to us or talk to at least someone to help with preparation activity for CMMC and compliance, and we can help in that respect.
Well, thanks, Mike. I think that I'll just add that I think a lot of people are going to benefit from this information because primarily, a lot of previously NIST compliance people really didn't, they just assumed they were self-assessing. I think that they're, with now all the third-party assessors that are going to be in place, I think there'll be more compliance and heightened regulation over this compliance. So appreciate your thoughts on it. And again, if you would like additional information, please reach out to Mike or myself at witham.com. We'd be happy to give you as much information that we have at this point. And also, if you need additional advice services, we can certainly direct you to one of our specialists. So thanks again, Mike, for your expertise.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for your time, and I look forward to catching up again.
Thanks, Wendy. I appreciate it.